Welcome back to Sporty Monday. This is the second half of the show. Now, it might take 3 years before Kisumu County has a stadium that meets the minimum requirements prescribed by World Football Governing Body, that is FIFA. Now, despite the investment by the national government at the Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium, the stadium is yet to have the seats numbered, a functional ticketing system, or the required standards of changing rooms. And as Laura Otieno now reports, the county is now seeking to partner with, or seeking more partners to facelift the Moi Stadium to reach the required FIFA standards and generate revenue for the county government. Take a look.
When the Kisumu County Governor conceived plans to upgrade the Moi Stadium in 2019, the sports fraternity was elated as the county outlined an ambitious 1.3 billion shillings project that would not only pump a new lease of life to sporting activities, but also establish a revenue stream for the county. 5 years later, however, dilapidated terraces, leaking roofs, and a general state of destitution defines the Moi Stadium in Kisumu. The devolved unit has so far spent 89 million shillings over the last 2 years and is planning to re-advertise the tender for the second phase of work.
Currently, we have the works of walling, ticketing booths, and cabro pavements ongoing at the facility. And we are hoping that next financial year we may start now constructing the main stadium once we are done with the outside work of the facility.
And with the uncertainty in revenue collections, the Department of Sports has requested 150 million shillings in the 2024-2025 financial year in order to facilitate works at the Moi Stadium, Kisumu.
We have realized we may not be able to fund the whole thing, but the governor is looking forward to bring on board the national government, also to chip in so that we are able to realize the dream of having a FIFA-approved stadium in Kisumu County at Moi.
The Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium in Mamboleo is a stark contrast of the Moi Stadium. A decorated turf and a general ambience shows how organized the project was. However, the stadium, despite its international name, does not yet meet FIFA-approved minimum requirements. The Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium has a seating capacity of 15,000 against the FIFA requirement of 40,000 seats for a stadium that can host quarterfinals and semi-final matches of a CAF and FIFA competition. The terraces are also yet to be fitted with numbered seats, with the Kisumu County government indicating that it is looking for resources to put the final touches on the stadium.
The current financial year, it has really worked for us, so we are looking forward to do more, because we've been hosting many matches within the facility. And that is why now we are looking forward to do again some investments within the facility.
With the Kisumu County government admitting a strain in resources, the upgrade of the Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium to live up to its name might remain a shot in the dark. The construction of the Moi Stadium remains as the only lifeline to achieving a FIFA-approved standard sporting facility in the lakeside city of Kisumu. Laura Otieno, Citizen TV.
Well, international. Does Kisumu Stadium look like this? Yeah, it does. These are graphics.
Right.
International stadium. What do you make? Why don't we have an international stadium?
Let us drop those international.
And we are seeing Kisumu actually is one of the dens of football in the country.
In fact, I did a story on how Tanzania is prepared.
Yeah.
And TZ are strategically preparing their infrastructure, aligning it with other departments that will gain economically. They have built their stadia along the coast. You see?
Yeah.
They have built, they are building a stadium at Arusha. So it's not just AFCON and CHAN. It's not just about football. What else can we squeeze out of this football? They are looking at tourism. Look at us. We have concentrated our infrastructure in Nairobi. A town like Kisumu would have been a very good target to try and get visitors who will come to Nairobi, move to Kisumu, move Nakuru, to Mombasa, at least ensure that we maximize their stay in Kenya. But putting them and confining them in Nairobi, you see that we'll only benefit in Nairobi. As a country, economically, will not benefit from the preparation and hosting of CHAN. But I still repeat, I love football. The last stadium was constructed by the late Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi in 1987. World class. Wachana na shenanigans ya Jomo Kenyatta Stadium, Kirigiti Stadium na Wanguru Stadium in the name of a stadium. In fact, zinaharibu jina ya stadium. We should not even call them stadiums.
They should be grounds.
Football pitch. Football grounds. Because the standards of FIFA and CAF are very high. Isia has been to Dar es Salaam, to Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. He understands what a world-class stadium is. Kasarani was renovated. I'm taken back to the same argument. But the playing field, the pitch, which is the most important aspect of any football infrastructure, was not repaired. Unapiga mpira, inateremuka kulingana na gradient. Look at what has been done to Kasarani now in terms of the most important part of the football ground, the pitch, the playing surface. Look at what has been done to Nyayo. And I dare say that the investment that we have put in Kasarani and Nyayo, let's not have those national events ever again held at Nyayo.
Just to add on that, just to add on that.
Can't we have such kind of goodwill that you're giving President Ruto and when it comes to stadia? Why can't we also extend, even have at least a CAF-approved stadium? Why hasn't it started yet?
They're working on.
Okay, it's a process. It's a process.
And those parts of the country.
It's a process. Nairobi. It's a process, and I believe, and unfortunately, let me just say it. President Ruto, I think, has engaged the right people for the job. Because if you look at it, we are getting it right with Kasarani, because the people who have been given the job to renovate Kasarani are doing it to the standards. Nyayo, the same. I think Kipchoge Keino is being closed down for a facelift. I'll call it a facelift because there is nothing to renovate at Kip Keino. It's a facelift. So if we get Kip Keino, Talanta, and Kasarani, of course, Nyayo will not host because of what is expected. Buhungu, while the contractor says he's a little bit taking too long, they redesigned the stadium to fit CAF and FIFA standards. Because as it is, if Buhungu is completed as it is, it will just be another Jomo Kenyatta playing ground, another Kirigiti playing ground, and another Wanguru playing ground. So that is why he's redesigning it. Under whose leadership?
I see you're itching to go.
No, I won't say much because, you know, Shitera, unfortunately, has changed the debate that we were having from the issue of stadia and how they're supposed to be done.
But who is doing it?
Who did and who has not done.
Who is doing it?
That is the wrong debate.
The
question that was put up from here, Tara, sometimes you heckle. And
I'm not heckling.
This is the thing.
So who is doing it?
This is the thing.
Just stick.
We are simply saying that Dar es Salaam was ready for CHAN, for example, long ago. And that's why, for example, even now, we are talking about our squad and everything. Uganda walitoa nini yao kitambo sana. Honestly, East Africa were the big boys.
3 days ago.
We should have been able to concentrate on the part of the game if the infrastructure was done in time. And why we are saying this is because even the talent that Shera is talking about, we are all optimistic about it. We are happy about what we are seeing.
What is going on so far?
But we have to say, as a project that is coming up for AFCON 2027, we don't have to wait until the last moment so that we start rushing. That is what we are questioning. Because if you look at it, for example, even let me use the example of that Kakamega Buhungu. Buhungu, if the pace that we saw when it was started was maintained, it would have been even ready for even this CHAN. You understand? But at a point, other things became priorities, and we stopped the business, the real business. So what we're trying to say is we are happy that CAF has been so gracious. But we don't want in the future, especially the business to do with the AFCON, that we be at the mercy of CAF, So that somebody says, we are even extending deadlines after deadlines so that we host.
I think we should stop the culture of building political stadiums. Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos cannot pass any FIFA or CAF standards.
But then
for you to fit Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos...
Was that the intention of building the Machakos?
It was for political purposes. A governor puts up a structure that looks like a stadium, then opens it up.
But you see,
the intention was not to build
at the end of the day, but at the end of the day,
stadium.
But it should be.
You see.
Why will you build something that is not CAF?
Something that is not CAF should remove the word international stadium.
Because the idea, you see, even the other countries, like even the developed country, the world, not every stadium is for the business of FIFA CAF matches, right?
Yeah.
So there are those stadiums
that should be told as much.
There are those stadiums that serve the purpose of even football amta.
To ambivalence.
You understand what I'm saying? But the moment, we cannot take away flowers from Governor Mutu at that time because he gave a place where we have played even Sekafa.
In a soft pitch, remember. In a soft pitch.
But what we were saying,
in a soft pitch.
So something, I just
have the floor. Would you have the floor?
I'll just...
I'll yield my time to you so that you tell us everything.
Let me just want to talk about this. We've been dwelling more on the stadiums. We've been dwelling more of what is the government this, what is the government doing this, what is the government doing things. But again, we have only 2 weeks that the CHAN is starting on the 1st of February. Let's talk about the marketing part. Because we are saying we're attracting what? The tourism sector. Other people are coming from outside to come out and see what is happening in Kenya. I've not seen any billboard supporting CHAN. Harambee Stars is playing in Kenya. I have not seen anything maybe on air saying that CHAN is coming on Kenya. And this is where we want to get our revenues from outside. I've not seen anything. Magic Kenya. I've not seen anything supporting CHAN. CHAN is a big tournament in Africa. So I want tutaenda pia sisi ile time ya mwisho because tumesema stadium tunapewa mpaka the last minute ndio ikuwe open. So let's say itakuwa imesemwa pia in the next 2 days to eat ndio tunaona billboard, tunaona watu wanasema so everyone watu wanaanza kufikiria.
Do you know the reason?
The reason is because najua watu hatujapewa stadium but we've been told we are going to host it. Let's market it.
The reason, Zita, is because had we been ready by the deadline of last year that was put there before, would have now vacated the idea of stadium infrastructure and concentrated on marketing and these things that you have.
But we've been given green light.
This is the ripple effect of trying to get the basics right.
Yeah.
By January we got to green light. We are hosting this. Okay, let's market it.
We need to move on. Last word from you, Brenda.
Last word on this would be, let us change this culture of last minute, because even with the marketing, we look like we are now waiting to do it last minute. So that is what we are technically saying. Let us do things in good time so that we get the maximum benefits. Back to the issue of stadium, in as much as fine, this has been done, maintaining them will be another task. And this is also a call, apart from government maintaining it and all. Right. There are other stakeholders. Let us not witness people vandalizing stadium in the name of hooliganism, or even the stadiums being used for other purposes, crusades and all that. And let us drop this international tagline on our stadiums, yet we are not there. And also, yes, the same government is big on climate change issues. The climate change issues on sports is usually making sure that the kind of stadiums that we are building are for multiple uses and can survive for long. That would then ensure that we do not have to be building stadium or polluting the environment in the name of renovations. Every other time we have to host something new. So even with the new structures coming up, let all those be factored in. Let us factor in where the whole world is going.
You're right.
Yeah. Randy, just to add on what he's saying, I remember when Harambee Stars were playing against, I think the qualifiers match, ndio kulikuwa na sponsor ametokea, anasema we are going to supply the jerseys. Unaelewa? People are coming to watch Harambee Stars in Kenya, playing for Kenya. Hakuna mtu anajua maybe jerseys za Harambee Stars zinaweza kutolewa wapi. There's upper Harambee Stars jersey. We have plain thing. They are going to play CHAN. Why don't sponsors come and sponsor it?
Indeed. We can have this conversation going on and on, but